I titled that Nathan Plays in Colon. Is that cool? Sorry. You can't trust me.
I tried to tell him that Colin jokes.
It's amazing. It's just phenomenal.
Yeah.
It's just all I need.
There's an entering colon sign. We're stopping.
Oh, I'm stealing it.
Only exit only.
I am stealing it if it's here.
That's the tattoo.
Exiting colon. Is there a sign that says that? Oh, shit. Because it would be stolen, right?
No,
Yeah.
you're right.
For sure.
No, I was never gonna
This isn't sleight of hand. I'm stealing it. Yeah.
If I was ever going to get a tattoo, it would say exit only on my bun.
That's what you would get, huh?
Yeah.
I feel ya, but.
I think we're going to come back tomorrow.
Hold on, I'm buying shit.
Yeah,
Hold
let's buy
on,
our
let's-
stuff.
Hold on, just kidding.
Can you still, now that your lady's left, can you still take a card?
What do you, oh, sure. Oh, sure.
God, I'm sweating, emotional. Emotionally sweaty.
This was three.
How would I go about getting a gig during the, what's that?
No, I don't know. There's a lot of people that want to work here, but I don't even do the booking of it anymore.
Right.
I turned it
Who
over.
does?
Hank Morehouse.
What's the sign?
You can throw this in there. Might as well
Okay.
have one.
What is that? Done. It's too late, which then I'll be asking questions.
What's that?
The sign note in the wallet.
We can ask about it tomorrow.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be sitting in the room.
Well, you've already got a lot to learn over here.
Right.
You do.
I know.
Okay.
We got 2 months of just sitting around. There's a lot of sitting.
Did you see the linking cigarette?
No. Oh, yeah, I did.
You got 60 days, or?
Well, this whole thing that we're doing ends on Independence Day.
If I'm in jail, it's for a lot longer than 60 Is that a good one?
I honestly don't even know how it works, to tell you the
Yeah,
truth.
see, that's not the answer I want.
I know that.
Right.
It looks great online, on the demonstration. It works.
Here's what I'm buying today. Was the audio okay on the tune? Big Frog was telling you to go 360 with it. Did you see that?
I did it, bud. I did a spin.
Yeah, he walked around the room.
Oh, I did some really good stuff. You're
Yeah,
going to be
you
quite
could-
really pleased with the...
I don't even think
Cinematography.
the creaking of the floor isn't even a factor, I don't
No,
think.
it's vibey.
Yeah. Okay.
Good. Vibe is good. You know, of all the stuff I bought really nothing for the stage. But the cool thing about the fact that we're doing the webcast is that we have more than one stage to perform on.
Right.
That can be like the David Blaine aspect of the show, where the camera's always on, so I can do these tricks for people as part of the show, even though I'm not buying magic for the stage show.
Right.
It's for the bigger show, the webcast show. I'm just comforting myself.
I understand, I understand. Hopefully you'll have a tremendous audience.
Right.
I know the potential of millions is
The
there.
potential is there.
We've gotten close.
And the neat thing is that everything, even when not many people are watching, it's all archived. So we're creating highlight videos as we
Sure.
go of the great moments
Sure.
and rebroadcasting.
No
so,
dead time.
So even if no one's watching, it's still no excuse not to be amazing.
Right,
Because it might
might at some point.
it come in handy for the feature-length film or whatever
Well, there
gets
you
edited
go.
at the end of it all.
Well,
I guess I'm not going to fall for him on that.
I understand. That's okay. You're at 8374.
Oh, God.
For this pile here.
Okay. This is on my personal card.
Okay. The business doesn't pay for this?
Yeah, not this one.
All right.
Someday I hope to be able to write off all of that. yeah, the Wonder Bar.
Yeah.
I could, it would take some practice, but I can.
Yeah, that's too much shit.
So what are you getting?
This thing. So you got through the coin. That's a 10.
Oh, you got the pen.
Yeah. Good. Alright. Ooh. See, that was hard.
Right, just stick it.
Well, no, I need to hide it.
Right.
You know what I mean? I gotta like check it out.
Maybe, the weird thing that's happened to me is I'm falling out of favor of 50-cent pieces, and I've done so much of 50-cent pieces.
Now, I
over the
beg to
years.
differ, there's more than one weird thing that's happening with you.
Amen. But they're starting to seem strange, you know?
They are hard to find.
Nobody has them anymore.
Well, they are, if you give them out in change, people go, whoa. Yeah.
Right.
You have to ask for them at the bank.
Yeah, you can get them.
Yeah, they're still, they
It's
still are.
like $2 bills, like.
Yeah,
buy
same
a
thing.
Bunch, man.
Yeah.
I was so pissed, I was at the bank the other day, I mean, I don't know what it was, guy in front of me was just like, yeah, I want all your $2 bills or whatever for some Christmas present or whatever it was, I was sitting in there, and the lady's like, whoa, dude, like an
I think it
hour,
goes 2468.
right, you know, and it's like, really, this is ridiculous.
Yeah.
This is an open wallet.
It is.
Is it hard?
Yes. It's a really, Terry Seabrook is dead now, but you could probably see him do it on YouTube. He went around the world with that wallet and a plastic. But those were his two products.
Right.
But because he was such a showman and made such a production out of it.
That's the trick, huh?
Yeah. All the different lines, all the different interaction, and no matter what the spectator said, he had heard it before. So
Right.
he was like just ready to pounce.
Right.
And just get a live one up there and then work it.
Do you by any chance have those billiards out of the plastic that I could feel in my hands for a second? Are we driving you crazy right now?
That's okay.
Yes, but that's okay. At least we're spending money too.
That is correct. No,
We'd be way more
Oh, wait, you
annoying
have a
if we just-
webcast in here? I'm out of here.
Well, I'm married and I'm usually with my wife, so I don't have that.
What does she think of all this?
She hates it.
Really?
Yeah, with a passion.
All of what?
Just the magic.
Yeah, all the time involved in the, you know, yeah, a little technicality.
They are rubber. That's the thing. One of my hit songs called "I'm on a Rubber Ball." I usually do the sponge balls from mouth on the first line. I'm like, oh, well, hold on.
They do the perpetual balls where it looks like they continue to come out?
Yeah.
Right. I saw
I
that
love
on.
this routine, but these are always so hard to
Oh,
hold.
it just does nothing but practice.
But this, I was thinking this grip might feel nice.
Yeah.
How much are these guys?
Sure.
That might be on my menu tomorrow. Bacon?
Fakini. The guy's last name was Radke. I don't know, and so his stage name was Fakini.
Are these the same thing?
They're more expensive. But these are a Super Bowl, they will bounce higher, okay,
Right.
and run farther, and even the shell, they're just nicer.
Do they both look like golf balls?
Yeah, even, they all look like golf balls, so really the audience can't tell.
Right.
And that does add a certain amount of grip to it. And as your hands get sweaty, a la nervousness, they become almost more grippy.
You know, if you make the reason why those are divoted is to make the golf ball fly farther.
Yeah.
It gets better, like, aerodynamic properties. Mythbusters made a car divoted like that, and it got way better gas mileage.
Oh, really?
Totally.
Little,
So, is like a melon baller. They clayed the whole front of the car and divoted it all out.
I did not know that.
And then they tested with like they knew how much clay was on there.
Yeah.
So then they took the original car, put that much clay in the back or whatever, so it was a weight thing.
Yeah.
It was like proper.
Well, I was gonna say, I mean, it almost
super
sounded
heavy.
like a Michelangelo thing where then you would pour the cast into the clay and then break the mold and there'd be the divoted shell for the car.
Right.
I-
Yeah, it
I-
wasn't like that.
No.
Crazy.
No, these are really,
Those are nicer, but they're twice the price.
right, of course.
You get what you pay for.
You get what you pay for.
Man, man, man.
Yeah. As always.
That's okay.
I might do that, cause my little hands, I don't have great dexterity, my hands are small, and I love the way the billiard thing looks in the mirror, but they fall onto the floor all the time.
Yeah.
And these are great, cause even if you do drop one, it'll bounce back up to a.
That
where
is
you can
then
catch it.
practiced into the act,
Yeah.
so it becomes part of the act, yes. I've seen
And
that.
that's the little cork jab.
Well, this is the diminishing. This is where you show the ball and as you rub it, it actually diminishes. And then as you rub it again, it diminishes even smaller.
Oh, wow.
And then you vanish that gimmick. Using
Interesting.
Using your favorite method.
Gotcha.
That's weird.
A grown man plays with his balls all day and gets paid for it, yes.
Jack Galactic. What's this little thing?
Are we still on?
Always look for something.
Well, you never finished showing your magic video, man.
This is the pea can. You have these little peas. You know where this is headed. And is this the Unabomber look with the sunglasses and the whatever? I don't know.
Whatever it does, it works.
Our original motto is keep it creepy.
Okay, well that fits. They had a picture of the Unabomber on today on the Today Show for some
For
reason.
what?
He's back in his
No,
vogue?
no, it was somebody who had done the original drawing or something.
Oh, right.
Okay, so you have to,
Probably one of the most famous
images on.
sketches.
Yes, so ahead of time, you load the water underneath there, okay? Now you have to keep track of which pea you put in there and then hide the others. Okay, so, and then close that up and put it in my hands and my back is turned. Okay, so when I come out in front, I take the cork off, I steal this away, let's see, what kind of pea? I think it's a yellow pea. Here, hold your hand out. It doesn't matter that you tell them which pea, they get a handful of
Pea.
water. Well, you
Okay,
probably
you-
could be a purist and use real urine, yes.
Or yellow colored
Yeah,
water.
or, yeah, but it just has to be liquid. Mountain Dew would probably work, yeah, something extra sticky. Yeah, that would gross them out. Yeah, that's the next pea.
That's definitely what I could have.
You want that too?
No, I gotta keep it real.
Where's Ickle Pickle? Look, how much is the magic pea can?
You know, I don't even remember, it's like $7.50.
All right.
Is the hot wallet amazing?
Fire, yes.
Yeah.
Hot
Like
cash.
the book.
You're right,
Right.
it's the,
Yeah.
fire.
Yeah, that seems, no, I should never have that near me at all, any time. Alright, I guess I'm ready to.
Cash out, okay.
Okay, I gotta apologize to the creepers here. We're not gonna stop the broadcast, but I am gonna mute it for a second, because there's a little story that Greg started to tell that I wanna hear the end of. He can't tell it on the webcast, because a lot of my suspicions are correct. And, so here, see if you can read his lips.
Okay, and the pen through bill is $12, and the cigarette through the half is 20.
I want you to tell the story with the mute button off.
Zing! Let me get my calculator.
Oh my god, this is ridiculous.
Look how it's falling apart.
Yeah, K Ducey, I need a wallet bad. Check this out. This thing's torn out. My guy is like flaking off.
KDC make wallets?
K Ducey makes wallets.
Worth it $50.
Okay.
How did you get a nice round number like that?
Magic.
Yeah, well, it's the butterflies that set it off.
What is this?
Now that I don't know. What's in your wallet? Anything is possible.
There's somebody I need. I got some really good stuff in here. Oh yeah, I know.
I know your wife's expecting you, but I think we should go somewhere and get a couple glasses of bourbon and tell some more stories.
No. No. Thank you, but no.
My trip to Colin's the first time I've actually felt a little bit of like Geraldo Rivera in me or something. Just, I wanted to go get a Sherlock Holmes pipe and unearth all the stories that I'm feeling around here.
Here's your guy. Place for the signature that no one ever checks.
Was Liz sleeping in the back?
Yep, she was sound asleep when I went out there.
Really? That sucks.
No, she was so frustrated when she left you the other. She doesn't want to know how magic tricks are done.
Right.
She enjoys it.
Right, yeah, I'm too quick to give them away. Way too quick. But it's,
Right.
I'm here every day.
Right, right.
Let's get this done.
But even just
Oh,
seeing
this is your
things.
pen.
Yeah.
I forgot that. This is the gimmick that goes with your pen.
Oh,
Oh, sorry.
There you
but-
did it again.
It's all right. Yeah, I thought it was my pen.
I'm coming back and getting a wallet.
Okay.
I need it, you see? I need a wallet.
9 to 5 tomorrow?
Yep.
We'll probably be back.
36, waiting for you.
With open arms and open wallets.
Thanks again for your time.
Thank you so
Yeah,
much.
yeah.
And I'll, if you got that thing off, I'll do the ding dong for you sometime.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
The what?
The ding dongs.
What's that? Oh, right.
The sponge penis.
You have a nice evening.
I think I might get a trip.
Is this little puppet for sale?
Everything is.
Everything's
You
for
know I
sale.
have one of those in my room in San Francisco.
And marionette.
Right? He's really creepy.
He's called the Mexican, and he's $15.
It's really not bad. We've been doing a lot of puppetry for some reason. Oh, look, he really
He really
works.
He looks like Digit a little bit.
Okay, probably gonna buy him tomorrow.
It's probably
That's a good deal for a good working puppet.
It is a really good deal. It's the problem with them thing. You kind of have to hang, you know. I
Right.
need to smoke a cigarette standing up.
Yeah, me too. Wait, hold up.
Nope. What'd you buy? You didn't buy anything. That was so fun.
That was rad.
It is rad.
So we really were muted when he told that story. There was a part of me that wanted to be more covert, duplicitous.
Well, nothing. Oh, we're at its magic shop in Colon, Michigan.
Chad just spent $50 on magic tricks. He's gonna blow your mind.
blow your freaking mind, man.
We're going to go. Did you get a map, or we're going to go to the grave?
I think I understand where everything is. Oh my god, I got more dirt. There was a couple stories he told I had to mute so they weren't broadcast or he wouldn't tell the stories. But they went into my ears.
Can you tell me later?
Mm-hmm. Oh. Trying to juice you guys up here. Sorry for the awkward camera angle, but I need
had
to...
my first webcast.
You got a webcast stream?
Yeah.
What was that?
Okay. Nathan, do you have phone number?
Nope.
Or information? Okay. Yeah, maybe we'll figure something for you.
We were trying to figure out who was on when something happened, so I think it was like a podcast. Something, I don't remember.
He said he looked at Chad and I was like, yeah, this is Chad, my road manager, and he was like, I thought your girlfriend got a lot uglier.
He's funny.
He is funny. Did you find my lighter fluid yet? He really liked, I sang some Calista Dreams on the stage. Yeah, and when I got done, he was like, well, that was a wow. It was nice. And I got a little choked up. Chad got a little choked up. I mean, I was playing So Close to Dreams on the stage in Abbott's Magic Store. It was pretty great. And what's that? No, I didn't ask him about that. And he was like, yeah, there's been a lot of magic on that stage, but not very much music. And then he started listing off all the famous people that have been in there. Like Muhammad Ali. I thought that was an interesting first name to reference.
Hey, Poochie. Or are you hanging out? Driving on the road. Driving on the road over there.
I know it's just a tire. So random.
Really? That's awesome. Nice. Are you really? What day is it? Tuesday? Thursday. Dude, maybe you should stream it. Why don't you stream it on our channel? Dude, yes. That would get you us watching you. No. You should do it on our channel, and we'll just set up a dummy thing. So much less.
I wasn't there before.
But we could be watching you and shooting our own.
Look out, buddy.
If you have, where's it at? If you have wireless, we could totally do a Skype in. Okay, we could totally do a Skype in. For sure. No. Thursday is a travel day. Hey, man, your show's gonna be at night. Yeah. Okay. Okay. We'll talk about it. We see what's going. We're going from Michigan to Vermont.
I spent more money too. Of course.
Oh my
There's a couple
God,
things
that
I
would
might
be
get
so
tomorrow.
fucking fun.
Coming back.
Yeah, we're coming back.
I'll come in tomorrow.
Oh my God,
No, I
that
won't.
would be
I
so
don't wanna.
amazing. Where's it gonna be? Where's it at?
I don't want to learn anything.
What's that?
Oh my God, that'd be so fun.
Don't want to learn.
Unless I'm your assistant. And that's a different
Okay, we
story.
can-
Right.
Yeah.
You'd be a great
Unless
assistant.
you expand your act, you
Sure,
need an
if Andy's
assistant like
there,
me.
he can work on it on your end, and we can get it squared away. All right, word.
Hi, Frederick.
Liz and Nathan are saying hi. I'll talk to you later, buddy. Bye. Dude, so they've got this show on Thursday, and they want to have a Skype-in monitor of us
Awesome.
on the stage.
On
They
the
want to
stage?
Skype
Stage.
us in?
Yeah.
Ah, going the other way. It'll be both, but
It'll be great.
it's great.
They could log in on our channel and
Is that
Skype us
Freddy's
in.
idea?
Let's go to Blackstone's grave.
Yeah. Oh, they want to Skype us in and just have us on stage.
Are they gonna put us, give us an audio line?
Wait, what? Oh, maybe.
Hey, MST.
Shadow, did you have fun in there?
Oh my God.
You got the magic trick? I'm cool.
The hot dirt from Cool.
I could own that store one day.
Yeah?
I could get coffee.
It's nothing but a headache for them.
Really?
His wife hates it.
Really?
Left.
Okay. Yeah. Is there coffee right there, you think?
Right this way.
Can we go?
You want it? Yeah, sure. There's the lake that I bet Blackstone's place is on.
Blackstone's Magruder is on.
Yeah, this column's not too big.
This is it right here.
Stretched out. Very big.
Hey, Billy Wheels.
Hi, brother. Hello, brother.
Dude, we need a fiasco date from you.
We're gonna have to leave it to me.
Somebody's gotta do something.
I wonder if this thing has juice.
Somebody's gonna. You should charge.
Got the buddy at the top.
You want to park here?
Is there a thing right there?
I think
Do it!
the pizza place, we got to go in and look at the walls. I should do that now.
Okay.
M&M, the coffee wasn't that bad at M&M's
Okay.
down there.
Yeah,
Really nice
split the
and
difference.
I don't think they're gonna have like a coffee shop, but I could be wrong. We'll find out.
Is that thing plugged in the solar? I mean, is it charged?
It has 50%.
That'll do it. Cause that thing's beeping.
Do you want to put my phone up there, Nathan?
What? Oh.
Billy says, watching Anthony Bourdain in San Fran. He is standing outside Lizzie's old apartment.
Bourdain?
Uh-huh. Here, I'll walk down here with you. Then we'll come back to the pizza place.
They have a slice. They do slices.
At the pizza place? Yeah. Maybe. Hey, is there a coffee shop in town?
There's coffee at the restaurant. I mean,
M&M, yeah.
Yeah, that's
Alright, up here is the competitor magic store.
Oh, look at what they have.
Oh, they're... Looks like they're open. M&M's is the coffee down there. This magic store is called Fab Magic, and this store is powered by Percy's children in an attempt basically to put Abbott's out of business. Town of 1200, 2 big significant magic stores.
I just watched everything that you did with Greg Gordon.
Oh, you did?
I was right there and all they're making fun of that. What are you doing? You on the internet? I'm like, no, I'm watching these guys.
How was it?
I just watched the whole thing. It was cool.
Did you hear my song?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, I saw you get up on stage and sing it. I watched the whole thing. I'm one of your members, so I'm like following you guys.
Do a fiasco right here.
Did you see the moment where we had to mute?
Yes, I was like, why didn't I turn my thing off?
We're getting the inside scoop here in Colin. There's a
It's up there in
long...
front of an ice
They
cream.
traveling all over the world. They stopped here, and I just watched it for like an hour or
How did
hour
you
and a half.
know?
Greg Gordon was down at the magic show.
How'd you know to watch?
Because they were in here the other night.
Ah.
And so I've been keeping up with you guys. Except for you guys went off for a while. Did you like sleep for a long time?
Did it go off air?
No, it just was in that one room.
Right, with the weird clown head. The
I'm
food
like,
here
I
is
never figured I was actually
amazing too.
going to follow you guys, and now
I'll
I'm
get
like,
food.
okay, what are they doing? What are they doing?
It's a little addictive, I hear.
Do we have cards?
You have to sign in and talk with us.
I should.
What will be your name if you do?
Cam, it will be M&M Grill.
M&M Grill. Okay, awesome.
Do we have cards?
Yeah,
Oh.
right up here.
Please, no, not for you. Do we have
Oh, for
cards?
Oh, yeah, I got one of your cards.
Oh, I know. Everybody knows
Oh, that's
cards.
my family. They all know.
Hi.
Hi.
Our family.
Right.
Yeah, it was really cool watching you guys.
Oh, that's great. That's great.
What should I eat?
Did you make up that song as you
Yeah.
went?
No, that's one of my songs.
I couldn't. I was missing a couple words, and I'm like, is he making up this song? Because I couldn't hear the whole thing. It was kind of quiet.
Right. I was afraid the audio wasn't going to be good.
It was really fun. I've been watching it all day. It's crazy.
It's great. So you're Tammy.
Yeah.
This is my road manager, Chad.
Hi.
Yep, that's why when he walked in, I'm like, I was just watching him. I mean, they must have left it. They come out here a minute, so.
I love it. Are you gonna eat? Or-
Yeah.
Yeah? I'm gonna run to the magic store next door and I'll be back in a second.
All right. I'll put anything good in there.
I'm not kidding.
I'm gonna eat it.
Yeah.
They're on the internet.
That was wonderful. So good.
Look at this one.
Oh, they're not really open. The sign lied.
I want to take him a picture popping out of the bunny. Come on.
We might have to set our alarm tomorrow. Oh, there he is. How you doing?
Good, how are you?
What are you up to?
I was back there on the saw.
What are you making something?
Oh, yeah, we make a lot of room stuff.
Are you making? Can I get a shot of that? We're on the webcast now. We got 18 viewers at the moment. Tell me your name again.
My name's Rick Fisher.
Rick Fisher.
This is my, when I shut the doors at night, I come back here and start working. This is a portion of our wood shop back here.
Wow.
So we've got projects underway, and
What are you working on at the moment?
right now I'm working on a sub trunk and cutting some pieces out, getting ready to make a couple of those. And this is where we make the real stuff happen.
I love it. I love it. This is Liz.
Hi
part-
Liz,
part
I
of
saw you the other
the
night.
shoot.
Nice to see you.
Wait, you saw her the other night?
Yeah. She came in to get you, remember?
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Sandwich.
Sandwich girl. So I got a full-time woodworker that works at home, and then I come in here and I just don't sit and answer the telephone. I get
It must
back
be
in,
so fun.
I get to work, so
Yeah.
I'm having a ball. This is what I like to do.
I've just started. Finally got a little workshop area and stuff, and still finding my way around the tools and everything. But I know that's going to be a chapter in my life, maybe.
I
when I
I
get-
enjoy as much being back here as I do
Oh
out
yeah.
front because I can concentrate. It's quiet, I can
Right.
get things done and make some. This is where my imagination goes crazy.
Right.
Back here, so we can start coming up with new ideas, and that's what makes it fun.
Right. For sure.
I love it. So when everybody else has gone home at 5 o'clock, it's after 6, and I'm working until 9, 10 o'clock.
Right. Right.
But I wouldn't have it any other way.
I hear you. Do you have any illusions in the works back here that?
No, it just got started. The one I did have, I sold. We don't do that many illusions.
Right.
We just it's not a. I really don't want to get into building big illusions. They're very time consuming. I could be building 6.
Probably not quite the market.
projects.
I mean, it's interesting times these days.
Yeah, there's not much of a market for big stuff right now. We got a couple projects, refurbishes, Chinese rice, orange, and checkers. The other guy wants me to refinish them for him.
Right.
It's kind of politically incorrect these days, so.
Oh, is that what's going on?
That's what's going on. So we're going to redo those for him, and got some orders shipped out. Some plastic tubes cut. We buy plastic tubes by the
Oops.
foot.
Look at that.
This is what we make all of our. There's a project he's got on the.
How'd you get into all this? What was the entrance point for you?
In the magic?
Yeah.
Coming up here when I was a kid.
Uh-huh.
I came up here in 1965. My folks took me over to Abbott's, and I was 7 years old. Got hooked.
Uh-huh.
Not on fishing, but I got hooked on magic, and my folks kind of thought, it's one of those passing fads. It'll go away.
Right.
Get a real job. And I did have a real job for a while, but this
Were-
is where I always
Were you a
wanted to be.
performer?
Yep.
Oh,
still
really?
perform, yeah.
Wow.
A magician and a ventriloquist. So.
Oh, wow.
And I thought, well, this is what I've always wanted to do, was have my own place, build my own stuff the way it's supposed to be built, not worrying about some of that stuff up there is from China, it's just junk. Let's
Right.
build it the way it's supposed to be built.
Right,
So
right.
that's what we're doing.
That's great.
And we don't have a huge assembly line, we make things, pretty small shop back here, but by God, we get it done.
What would be good advice for an aspiring ventriloquist?
Watch ventriloquists on television. Watch their
YouTubes
mannerisms,
and-
how they take their puppet and embed life into it. That's the key as a ventriloquist. Not so much your mouth control, although it is important.
Right.
The main thing is to make sure your puppet or your figure looks alive. If you can convince that audience that puppet is alive,
Right.
then
So part of that, I guess, is convincing yourself on some level.
Yep.
That you got to get that.
yeah, of course I have a performance here. Never fails.
Mind if I were to look around a little
No,
bit?
you go right ahead. Bad magic? Missed it. And this is another trick we're working on. We got like 6 different projects going on.
What's this one gonna be?
It's called ABC Stung. You show the letters A, B, and C. You put them into a cloth. We do our own sewing here. So you put the ABC cards into a bag, and you pull out the letter A, you pull out the letter C, and you tell the kids the letter B has disappeared. You go, no, it's not. It's in the bag. So you open it up and pull it out, and there's a picture of a bee.
Uh huh.
And then they said, well, what's on the other side? So you have a little biplane, you turn it around, and on the back side of it says stone. So letter B really did disappear.
You're all mass producing those or making one for somebody?
No, we mass produce them. We make a small size, we make a jumbo size for
Okay,
stage and
gotcha.
close-up. So we print them out here, and then we laminate them, and that's what we do.
Liz is on the road. We tour. I'm not a touring magician. I'm a touring musician that throws magic into the act. And but she runs the merch table, and she loves magic so much she doesn't want to know how things are done. But she'd make a great assistant, perfect size, great sparkling personality, and you could levitate her. I bet that levitation could hold her weight. But she's also a great sewer, and there's so many things I want to get her to make for me, but she doesn't want to know how anything's done. So we're trying to like cross over that.
Yeah, that's going to be kind of hard. Because he's going to have to say, this is what I want because this is what it does, and you're just going to have to sew it and not ask questions.
But there's so many. There you go. There's so many great sewing things in magic once you get into it, from in your clothing to change bags to everything that could be made.
I got a seamstress that is absolutely terrific. She's also my staff artist. She's wonderful. Anything I ask her to do, she can do for me.
I bet you it's fun.
Oh, she has a ball doing it, and she's so good at it. It's like comes second nature to her. You know?
Right.
Like yesterday, I had yards and yards and yards of fabric, and I said, I need all this done. She says, when? I said, by Friday. She says, it'll be done, and it'll be done. If she tells me it'll be done Friday, it'll be done Friday.
Right.
So anything I give her, she'll get done for me.
Right.
So and then she's starting to make some feather flower bouquets for us. I got too much. I put a lot on her, but it's okay. She likes it.
Right. Right. So any I don't know. There's lots of questions I feel like I could ask you, but all right. How about this? What's the most genuinely magic memory that you have? Like, is there a story in your life of something that sort of transcended, whether it was a magician or something that?
My first trip up here.
That was a life changer.
That was it.
Right.
I had no idea. No, at the age of 7, how many kids at the age of 7 know what they want to do with the rest of their life?
Right.
I'm one of the lucky guys.
Right.
Because I knew what I wanted to do.
And here you are.
Here I am.
Right.
And I said to my folks, someday I'm going to live in Colon. Well, whatever.
Right.
I'm going to open a magic shop in Colon. Whatever. Took me 40 years later to figure it out.
Right.
That's what I wanted to do, but I finally got here. But I came back, kept coming back every year. Yeah, I never missed a year. Kept coming back every year.
Right.
And knew that this is what I wanted to do.
Is most of your sales through the internet, or?
If you look at that map over there, you'll see that's where we ship stuff all over the world. There's 2 packages down there. One's going to Spain, and I think one's going to Canada.
There seems to be a long history in Colon of all kinds of things. Like the lady at the hotel where I work said that witchcraft, like even before Blackstone moved here, that there was. Is that just legend?
That's a bunch of crap, is what it is. No, there's not even a legend about witchcraft. No.
Oh, really?
No, heavens no.
So it began with Blackstone.
It began with Blackstone coming here in 1926.
You don't think there was any occultish things that might have brought him this direction? No.
No.
I was hoping that was true.
No.
Right.
Have you been out to the cemetery?
No, we're going there next.
Yes.
Just getting a bite to eat at M&M's
Quite
first.
a place to see. There's 28 magicians buried.
28. Is
More
it?
than any place in the world. One cemetery with all these magicians.
Is there a place to get a pamphlet or something that would?
I don't have any more. I need to print some more.
Oh, you had some?
Anything, yeah. But once you go out there, if you go into the second dirt road, you'll see all the magician's stones. And every stone is a magician. You'll know it because it's got an unusual epitaph on it. Like little Johnny Jones says, now all I have to do is fool St. Peter.
Right, that's great.
You know,
I can't wait to get that on the
Carol
webcast.
Fox that says...
How about Blackstone's house? Is that accessible or viewable?
You could view it. I don't think there's anybody down there. If you, do you know
Is it
where
an
the-
empty house?
No. Friends of mine live there.
Oh, really?
Yeah, if you go down to the stoplight here
Okay.
and turn right, you'll go down, you'll see the lumber yard on the right-hand side. You go down the hill. Then as you go down, the road will split off, and there's a gravel dirt road that goes up around along the lake. That's the road. You don't want to go up on the hill. You want to go around the lake.
Okay.
Okay? You go all the way down to the dead end, and you'll see a yellow house, and it'll say no trespassing. There'll be some cement chairs, wood-like chairs in front. They've been there since Harry left in the 40s.
Right.
If you go right there, and you'll see the yellow house, and you'll see
Is the yellow house, was that his
it's
house?
his house.
Gotcha. Wow.
Yep.
And it seems to be like, I mean, a part of me, you know, I'm perceptive and I'm inquisitive, and so I've asked a lot of questions since I've been here, and it seems like, you know, like Colin has done a little bit of like covering up the actual history of the contention between Blackstone and Percy and things like that. Like there's a lot going on there, right? Like in terms of feuds and.
It really was not a big feud. It was a small feud. I wrote a book on Percy Abbott this summer,
Uh-huh.
and we got to the core crux of what really happened. And there's been so many different stories. Unfortunately, there was nobody alive when we wrote the book that was around at that time.
Right.
Now there was one lady.
That's yeah.
There was one lady that was there, and she remembers Walter Gibson, who came down and said, Harry just got into it with Percy, and they exchanged words, but there was no fist fight, there was no blows, there wasn't a brawl or a knockdown, drag out fight.
Oh, I heard they actually did get into it at one point.
From all the accounts, I've researched this extensively.
Right.
From all accounts, there was no fighting. It was all words.
Right.
And they just
Strong words.
Strong words. Two very bullheaded.
I heard they would cross the street as opposed to cross paths
Yep.
if one saw the other one coming.
That is true.
Uh-huh.
But what is also true is that the Abbotts used to live down here where the Shell station is. That's where their house used to be.
Uh-huh.
And when Harry Sr. would take off on the road, Harry Jr.
Wait, the house right here in town?
is gone now.
Oh, it's
been
gone.
torn down. It's where the Shell station is.
Gotcha.
So when Harry Sr. would go on the road, Harry Jr. would stay behind because he was a little kid, and he would always go down to the Abbotts. And they'd say, well, you want to stick around for dinner, Harry? So Mr. and Mrs. Abbott would fix dinner, unbeknownst to Harry Sr.
Uh-huh.
He'd come down for dinner and hang out with Marilyn and Linda Abbott and Jules and Sid. They all knew him. They all hung around together. They were all kids together.
Right.
But Harry Sr. never knew about it,
That's great.
And when, in fact, there was a time when Percy would go to, like Chicago, they had several stores at that time, and he would take off, and Harry would drive by, and if he didn't see Percy's car in the driveway, he'd knock and say, hey, is Percy home? Come on in, Harry, have a bite to eat with us. So it worked both ways. But there were several times when Harry would stop by the house when Percy wasn't there and come in and visit.
Right.
They were two bullheaded men.
Right. I like bullheaded men. I think we need more of them. It's sort of a dying breed almost.
Yeah,
Everybody's so
it's a good
nice
trait
these
to
days.
have,
It's not all bad.
No, not all bad.
It's funny. One of the reasons I'm here today, at least as excited as I am, is probably about 9 or 10 years ago. For a brief period, anyways, I changed my name to Percy Boyd, and this is before I had ever heard of Abbott or anything. But Percy was, I was going to go for it with the folk magician / musician thing, and change my name to Percy Boyd, and still have friends that call me Percy. And then about 6 years later, I was at a flea market convention, and this guy gave me this box of old magazines. I'd never heard of it before. They were from the 40s. The magazine was called Tops. I got them home, start flipping through it, and all of a sudden there's like Percy's Penguin and all these like Percy references. And I'm like, you're kidding me. This is like fate,
Right.
meant to be. 3 years later, I realized that, oh my God, this place still exists, and just the story just kept going on, and I've been decoupaging Abbott's magic ads on the boxes and selling them at my merch table for years before I realized that it all still existed and was here. And it was this road trip that finally I got to come here
Did you
and
go down and see
check it
Greg?
all out. Oh yeah, we have been hanging out with Greg on Saturday, and I just talked to him for about an hour down there.
A lot of history on those walls.
There's a lot of history on those walls. And that sort of brings me to the current day and time of these two stores is, I think, a very interesting story that I don't think I'm going to get to the bottom of, but I got my Geraldo Rivera senses peaking here, Dateline NBC, back after these messages. There's a story here that between you guys, right?
Right.
What is it?
Well, I had expressed interest in buying Abbott's several years ago. And
Right.
for a lot of different reasons, it just didn't work out. So, and at the time, Marilyn Abbott and I had been friends for a long time.
And she's Percy's daughter?
His daughter.
Uh-huh.
She died about 4 years ago.
Oh. I didn't-
So I said to Marilyn, I said, I think I'm going to open a magic shop. She goes, oh, well, good for you. Where? I said, Colon. And she laughed and she said, you're serious, aren't you? And I said, serious as a heart attack. She goes, well, you know, they could probably chew you up the whole town might chew you up like a bad piece of bubble gum and spit you out.
Right.
I said, I know that. I'm willing to take that chance. And she says, what can I do to help? And so from then on, my relationship with the Abbotts has been very close. And they've been staunch supporters of me, never asked a question, never said, why are you doing this? All they asked me, what can we do to help?
Right.
So, yeah, it caused some bad blood at first because I'd known all those guys down there.
Right.
It was, and if I was in their shoes, I probably would feel the same way.
Right.
You know, there's a new kid on the block coming in, you know, how long is he going to last? Is he going to last 6 months, 6 weeks? Be lucky to give him a year.
Right.
Or 8 years now.
Right. Wow.
And, you know, but now we've learned to live with each other.
Uh-huh.
And now we have formed a connection and realizing that two heads are better than one, and that we can do twice as much damage. In other words, we can get twice as many people to come in here and create a destination point again.
Right. Right.
And that is the whole
There's some
goal
truth
of
to
it.
that. I mean, I know that one of the things I've said several times and will continue to say when I tell my stories about my trip to Colon is that I travel the country for a living, and I know that there are, you know, cities, like I said when I was in here the other day, 1,000 times this size that can't support one magic store. And to come to a town with a population of 1,200 and there's two, that's like, it's just a mind blower. That'll be part of this. I'll be saying that line every time I tell the story of my trip to Colon. You won't believe it. Population 1,200. They got two of the biggest magic stores I've ever been in. It's mind blowing.
And we're only blocks away from each other.
Right.
So, I mean,
Right.
it speaks volumes. I mean, it's a tough industry right now.
Yeah, it
However,
is.
you know, it's like anything else. If it's your passion, you find a way to make it work.
Right.
And I mean, there
Like
were-
me standing here holding this camera, even though I'm a folk singer.
Right. I
I'm
mean,
finding
there
a way to make it work.
There are days, I mean, when I first started, I knew nothing about woodworking. I knew nothing about inventing tricks or but I also saw a need for well-made props at an affordable cost.
Right.
You know, we're not a Chevy, we're not a Volkswagen, but you know, we're somewhere in between. And we make good, solid stuff. And
Right.
It's workable. It's magic that you can take out and not worry about falling apart after the first 2 or 3 shows. So we have developed a reputation of building good quality magic at an affordable price
Right.
and coming up with new ideas. Because if I try to sell what everybody else sold, and that was my main ingredient, I wouldn't have lasted a year and a half.
Right.
But the idea was to come up with our own ideas and reintroduce some of the old stuff that hadn't been out for many years, and whatever's old's new again.
Right.
And that's our philosophy.
That's part of my secret too, is instead of going to to the store, I go to the old books or whatever, because the kids can't YouTube a lot of the stuff I'm doing because I got it from an old book and they don't read anymore.
Nope. They don't have to read anymore. They
There's
can't push play, they don't know what else to do.
Right. So back to the Dateline NBC coverage of the there must have been a serious falling out between the Abbott family and the Abbott store.
Oh, no, not at all.
No?
No, because in 1959, Percy was 74 years old. He was ready to retire. And his partner was Greg's dad.
Right.
And he said, you know, I'm ready to retire. I'm tired. And his health was starting to deteriorate. He was having some heart issues. So he sold his half of the business to Greg's dad.
And that was all above, that was...
Oh yeah, there was nothing unusual about it. You know, it just, he was tired.
Right.
And he'd been doing this for a long time. And then he, wasn't maybe a year later, he died of a heart attack.
Wow.
And that's it. There was no...
That's what I was wondering, if like maybe he died before they had reached an agreement, and
No.
so that none of that happened. Okay.
Yeah, he sold his interest in the business in 1959.
Right.
And then it was, you know, hasn't been Abbott owned since 1959, so it's been
Right.
52 years. So it was a long, and the Abbott family kind of spread out with Kalamazoo, Phoenix, they were all over so in a twist of fate, we all started communicating together.
Right.
And it was all over a postcard on eBay. That's how I got to know the Abbott family. Excuse me a second.
Okay.
Fab Magic Company, may I help you? Well, I'm good, Tammy Lutz. How are you?
Is that Eminem, Tammy?
Yes. Pardon me? I know, I met her this morning. Yeah. Yes. Okay. Well, let me see if I have... She told me exactly where it was. Yep, $3 told me. Okay, here's what I have. Well, we bring in a lot of, I have performers that I hire that I bring in.
I wonder if we could get him to do that with you.
I have a performer coming in from Phoenix, I have one coming in from Washington DC that I'm flying in, and they have no place, you know, I'm not paying for a rental car for them. So I'm just flying them in, picking them up, and I can leave them here in town, so they just do within walking distance of the shop, and we're putting on a big show down at the community park, putting up a big circus tent, and putting on...
There's a lot of bunnies involved in this business.
So I'd like to try to find someplace for them close by to stay for 4 or 5 days.
Yeah, that's right. You do. You got the magic stage name.
Sure.
What's his name again? Jeff? Jeffrey.
No, I don't blame you. Well, I can promise you one thing. The two gentlemen that I have are very...
Went down the wrong throat.
I would not even suggest them to you if I didn't think they were above board and there was any issues at all. Because it's my reputation at stake too, man. And so I'm very selective about who I would put in there. But Michael Finney is one of them, and the other guy's name is David Kay. He's also known as Silly Billy. But anyway, Michael Finney was Magician of the Year. He's quite a name in magic circles, and I'm flying him in from Phoenix, and I'm flying the other guy in from Washington D.C. So these two gentlemen are very upstanding. I've known these guys. They are very trustworthy and very honorable. And I certainly. Well, yeah, I mean, from what I understand, you've got 3 bedrooms. And okay, because I've got well, I've got 8 performers coming in. The motel over in Three Rivers is picking up the tab on the other performers. However, I've got one guy that would like to stay in Cole, so there's a possibility I could have 3 stay there. If that would be okay with you folks, of course. No, absolutely. I would not put, if I had any doubts, I certainly would not recommend it. You know, to be quite honest with you, this is the first time we've done that. And the reason, everybody else has always driven in. And so I've always put them up in a motel, like in Sturgis or Three Rivers or Coldwater. So I've not rented any house out before. And because in this situation, I gotta fly these guys in, I can't afford to fly them in and give them a rental car. So they're a very expensive proposition just to get them here. So I'm trying to find someplace that's not gonna break my bank too. But at the same token, I'd like to keep them in town here. Sure, absolutely. I mean, if it's too expensive, I'll just be honest with you, tell you I can't afford it. But, no, that would be great, because it would be within walking distance of downtown, that would be terrific for us too. So, let's see what we can work out.
His cute little tiny version of the cups and balls.
Oh, just stop in.
You want to get a couple pictures?
You could see my shop, and right downtown, I'm right across the street from Henry Chevrolet.
I bet this illusion's awesome.
Kiss me, I'm here till God knows when. Okay, well, terrific.
That's right, Gerb.
Okay, thanks for
Charcoal impressions of the tombstones. That would be rad. Is that for the August? I want to try to make it back for that. I know, it sounds like a wonderful time. Is that working?
What's that?
The big illusion there?
The zigzag?
Yeah.
It needs some work. I gotta repair it. Guys are buying a lot of used stuff right now as opposed to new stuff. So he brought it in, wonder if I could fix it up and sell it. Yeah, I'll fix it up and sell it.
It could be awesome highlight footage for our show to have you cut Liz into 3 pieces right there.
Yeah, it's not in working condition.
Right. Are these all, is that an illusion there?
This is a substitution trunk, and that's a doll's house back there. And you ever seen a doll's house?
No.
This is an old one. This is from, looks like it was maybe made in the late 40s, maybe early 50s. it empty. You take a little doll and you put the doll inside. And then you take the chimney off, the door's open, and a young lady steps out.
Is that thing ready to go?
Is this one ready to go? No, it needs a little work.
It does. Oh, Liz coming up out of that would be a great highlight moment.
It needs a little work yet.
Well, thank you for opening your door for us after hours. That I fell asleep last night reading that book you sold me the other day. Very inspiring stuff. We're coming back into town tomorrow, so we'll probably come in during regular hours.
I will be here all day. But I do have to excuse myself because I do got to go back there on
Yep.
the call and get busy. If I can get home before 10 o'clock.
Really appreciate you. Thank you so much.
Good to see you folks.
Hey, Dylan.
How's it work? Is this a hat? Nothing from nothing leaves nothing. Another puppet. A magician puppet.
Well, hello. Hi. Hi, my name is Harry. And we're now going to go get Chad from the M&M's where he's eating. And then going to the graveyard. Blackstone's tombstone. Hey, Tammykin77 says, come get Chad. Oh, it's so great.
Chad wants that, I think.
Right?
Those are great. Nothing from nothing. Ooh, that's the classic ventriloquist there. It's like the one from the movie Dummy. Looks like Clark Gable. There's Blackstone. Well, I felt like I stumbled there a little bit, as I'm a folk singer. I'm not actually an investigative journalist or an interviewer, and felt like my questions weren't coming out quite right.
Oh, you did okay.
Is it okay? But he has his own story there. I like him a lot. I think he's a good guy. I like his store. But he's not telling me everything. Where is Chad? Here he comes. We get in there. We get in there.
You should go back in the kitchen. It's amazing back there.
What's amazing about it?
Killer, and she's watching the show.
Yeah, this is like original 1946 Florida. This building is so old.
Okay. Doing it.
How long have you guys been here?
I've only had it 6 months.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'm all new. That's why this is all new. And
Was it called M&M's when you bought it, or?
world's famous M&M girl, yeah.
Oh, okay.
1946.
Wow, gotcha.
And you can go back there. Go back.
Yeah, let's do
All
it.
the original still. Like goes forever.
Hey, how's it going, man?
About yourself.
And then my office, which I've been telling you guys like forever.
Yeah. We're on now, right? Yes. Oh, the commercials. It's the only problem. Someday we'll be able to afford
I
this.
put on there, so addictive. I really should run my restaurant. Every time somebody wants to go back here, and they're like, what are you doing? Watching TV?
That's not fair. That's not fair. That's not fair. Whenever we walk into a place where it's already on, I always do the
I was wondering how you dropped the lemons, because you haven't dropped the lemons.
We haven't dropped the lemon. Yeah, it's his phone if he gets good enough reception to upload it, and for some reason he doesn't. But we do have to figure that out, because then once you drive, it like reads your phone where you are at the moment and drops the lemon. So we can't go somewhere else where you get reception and then do it there. Yeah, and drop. So it's sort of frustrating. So did you grow up here?
I did, born and raised.
Nice.
Matter of fact,
I sort of love it.
Story.
Yeah, please.
Little story. The Amazing Conklin. I was watching your previous thing from yesterday, was it?
Right.
On the boats and stuff. I've known the Amazing Conklin since I was a child, and when his wife passed away, I went on the road with him at 17 years old, and he would levitate me, he would cut me in half, and he would put it through the box.
Amazing.
Yeah. I actually, down at the Shell, I worked there for 8 years before I came here 6 months ago, and she, in her office, has a picture of Jerry Conklin levitating me in front of the building.
Wow, where's that picture?
It's at the Shell in the office.
Okay.
Yeah, she's a good friend of mine still, so it's amazing.
Alright guys, I'm going to have to swap out this battery, so we're going to be off for about a minute here while I put in a new battery. I want to save what all we just got, so I'm going to have to shut it down just for a second, swap out a new battery, and we will be right back. It's so great. What'd you eat, Chad?
The hamburger, dude, it was like Marino's.
Right.